Panama TR4 is ridiculous. Like, it's unstoppable almost, you know, like it's like playing a game of footy. You know, you're always on the defensive. You're never ever going to get the ball. All you can do is just never let it score.
We pretty quickly made that decision that we didn't want to just sit on our hands and do nothing.
If you're on a highway to the danger zone, it's not too late to change course. Get in the zone and protect your farm at the gate.
But there's signs very clearly saying you can park in the second gate and with no spraying of your vehicle or anything, because that's classified as a dirty area. And that's a dirty area because we treat it as if it has the disease.
We've got a dirty zone, or exclusion zone I should say, and then there's our farming zone, and it's all separated by fencing and gates and signage, footpath.
There's plenty of signage, you know, like to show people the way to enter the farm, you know, sign-in areas, boots must be worn, you know, you can't just wear any type of shoes or drive your vehicle into the farm or anything like that. There's certain places for vehicles, certain places to put your shoes on, footbaths.
Yeah, we did it in stages, of course. I'm sure no one could afford to do everything. And everyone has a different situation. Like, we have to cross 2 main roads, so we had to set up different zones. Other people have it contained. They've got a farm contained on one block, so that's not too difficult.
We would rather, you know, try and prevent it from put everything into trying to prevent it from coming on the farm, rather than, you know, trying to, once you've got it, trying to sort of slow it down.
It's for the security of our farm, and yeah, it's like what I always say, it's like another insurance policy.
The initial costs of setting up biosecurity on your farm to protect yourself and the community may seem like it comes at a high rate, but if you keep in the back of your mind what you're actually protecting and what you're putting at risk, it's quite cheap.
Probably the first thing we did was had a lot of conversation with our neighbours, and where our farm is positioned, we're at the end of a road and end of a dirt road, and you know, we've got 2 other farms very close to us, so we sort of talked a fair bit amongst ourselves as to, you know, what we could sort of just bouncing ideas off each other, you know, for our individual farms, and then as well as what we could do together as a group to, you know, try and put as many barriers in place as we could to, you know, prevent the disease.
But once we did have a plan in place, just trying to implement it, it wasn't that difficult getting started.
Start off small. Like, if no one has the unlimited resources, you know, putting a single sign up at the front of your entry point to say stop here, no entry, that's a start. A couple of star pickets, some rope, whatever it takes, you know, a footbath. Start off small.
Start with the simple and easy to do things, you know, and even if, you know, instead of putting a proper fence up, even if it was a few steel pickets and some string, you know, a few strands of string, you know, and then we'd replace that with a better fence, and, you know, and just sort of run that process through the whole thing.
The things that are too hard to do, that are out of your control, don't worry about those. Put those aside, but the jobs you can do, such as your footpath, your signage, your designated entry points, you got control of those. They're not hard to do.
So I think starting with small steps and doing what you can afford to do is better than doing nothing at all. Most definitely. You have to make a start somewhere. And there's plenty of people around to give advice on how to do that.
Just talk about it, write down your steps, which is what we did, have a bit of a plan in place, then you can knock those things off the list, you know, one at a time. It's not a big rush. You just do little steps at a time, and it doesn't seem so huge.
When it comes to TR4, it's not an individual grower, it's the industry, and we've all got to unify as one.
If you ask for advice, you will get it. You know, all of us farmers are more than happy to help anyone out with any kind of advice, anything they need a hand with. I'm sure there'll be at least someone there, including myself, that will lend a hand.
We're all in this together.
That's right. We're all in this together.
And being able to sleep at night.
Sleep better at night.
You can definitely sleep better at night because you know you're doing all you can to protect your own business and the future of others.
So get in the zone and protect your farm at the gate for your future and our industry. If you want help with biosecurity on your property, contact the National Banana Development and Extension Team.